Okay, everyone, we're live. This is another Jazz Matters podcast, and I am your host, of course, Edwin Williams with Jazz Matters. And of course, we also have Mr. Vaughn Coulter here from Jazz Beats Radio. Today, we got this Princess Star, who's basically the vocal coach for Voices United. And I want Princess to go ahead and kick this off because, you know, you're doing a lot of good work. The things that you exposed me to over at the Wren's Nest, I was really liking it. And I was trying to figure out how we can work more with your students and with your school in general because, you know, Jazz Matters is a nonprofit organization. We're 501c3, so we do accept donations and so forth. We also have a store, which you can go on the website, which is yesjazzmatters.org. And Princess, go ahead and tell us how you got into this. You know, I know you have a school, so we're gonna get you to promote all that, and just let us know how you got started with everything.
Well, just to give you a little bit of information about me. I mean, my background is music. My degree is in music with a concentration in voice and piano. Met my husband, of course, who is an acting, theater, film, stage, TV professional. And we, Young Voices United actually used to be an after school program, and then it evolved into brick and mortar probably about 10 years ago, where we're actually, Young Voices United actually focuses on teaching life skills through the performing arts, and that is through theater and through dance and through music. And we were blessed in that we had a significant number of young artists who were vocalists, dancers, actors, singers. So we've been gearing ourselves just towards, as I said, teaching life skills through that. Just Young Voices United is a bunch of incredibly talented individuals, and some of the individuals that you're talking to tonight have probably been with us since they were very small, with the exception of Kamara. Kamara simply is actually a friend of Young Voices United and has actually performed under the Young Voices United name for a couple of our occasions. These young ladies now are either in college or out of college and trying to pursue their dreams through music. So I'm just excited that, you know, for some of them, we were able to plant some seeds, and now we're actually seeing some of those seeds, they're just growing.
Yeah, that pretty much makes you pretty proud, I'm sure, that I kind of envy the fact that, you know, you still hanging there with them, and those that are actually going to try to do this as a career, maybe, you know, don't know. We're here to find out for sure, and we're gonna let them introduce themselves to us. And first, I guess we'll start at Kamara. Am I pronouncing it right?
Kamara.
Yeah.
Well, hi, my name is Kamara Stampley. I am a junior musical theater major at Howard University. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and yeah.
Oh, okay. And we got over here Asante.
Yes. Hello. It's Asante Thornton. I graduated from Osborne, and I currently am not in college, but I am doing music and cosmetology.
Good. Cool. And here we have, of course, Zaria.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zaria Hall. I recently graduated from Alabama State University with a degree in theater, and I'm currently a singer-songwriter, recording artist. So thank you for having me.
Oh, well, you came to the right place tonight. Vaughn over here at Jazz Beats Radio, he's waiting on you. He's going to expose you to a whole different. He's going to expose you to a whole different audience rather. And because we both talk a lot about the young people coming up in music, where their heads are as far as the music goes, really where their focus is, and a lot of times we have other musicians try to explain to the audience really what they think about the young people that are here now, especially musicians that are already been seasoned and so forth. So I'm gonna kind of ask the question in general. Anyone can answer this. Where do you think the music is going? Because the trend is actually changing a little faster than it has been over the last 10 years. So what kind of concept are you doing, more of an R&B, or are you doing more a neo type soul direction? Anyone can give me an idea where we're going with?
Well, for me personally, I'm more so an R&B artist with jazz influences. I have a jazz background. With my theater background, well, I'm kind of mixing the two together. So you have jazz, musical theater, and piano. So I'm kind of like putting all of that together to make one big pie for person. As far as music industry, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of split. I feel like half of my we're starting to wake up and starting to fall in love with real music and musicality. But then the other half of my generation is over here talking about popping it and twerking and going crazy. So I feel like we're in definitely a new direction, but I'm not exactly sure if we're going in the same direction.
Oh, okay. Mara?
I guess as it relates to musical theater, I'd say it's definitely headed more in a poppy direction. I think the awareness of society in general has opened up casting opportunities for more people of color to be a part of these mainstream projects. And I think more often than not, the musical influence of that is gospel. It is a little bit more, the improvisation of jazz is suddenly in, Legally Blonde or Hamilton. And so I think it's really interesting to see all of these really white styles of music sort of incorporate things that have been a part of Black music forever. That certainly has an influence rooted in jazz and gospel, which we see all the time with Black theater as it starts, with hip hop theater and, even with August Wilson, like music is always a part of our storytelling. And seeing that be incorporated into a more widestream white theater space, I think it will continue to head more in that direction because it feels like white people are just discovering it and they're kind of excited about it.
Ain't that something? Asante, what about you?
Okay, well, I can definitely agree because personally, growing up, I was always listening to R&B or gospel, and I think that's mainly where my soul preference come in because gospel is literally just belting out everything. So definitely soul, and with my musical theater background, probably more on like the hip hop side, I guess, opera sometimes. But personally, now that I've started to write music, I'm definitely leaning into the R&B type of vibe. I really think everything around me nowadays have inspired me to talk about things that are going on in real life, because people just nowadays, I feel like, just copy what everybody else does. Like, it's a trend to talk about working. It's a trend to talk about females and males getting together, whatever the case may be. But, I just want to come from a authentic standpoint, and I feel like that's why I would prefer R&B. what I'm doing right now anyway.
All of you actually mentioned R&B. So, what phase of R&B are you talking? Are you looking at some of the, let's say, the creators of the versus the generation from the let's say from the 90s? Are you looking at more? Okay, what I mean by the creators are those that are seasoned, R&B, Gladys Knight, Chaka Khan, different people like that. You know, are your influence coming from there, or are they coming from more of a neo sound, or let's say from back in the 90s? We had Mary J. Blige or somebody.
Well, for me personally, growing up, I wasn't allowed to listen to V103, a radio station. I was only allowed to listen to 104.1. So my influences from Shaka Khan, Anita Baker, Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, so on. And even taking it way back, Sarah Vaughan, Dinah Washington, Miss Princess and Mr. Star, my first song they had me sing was by Billie Holiday. So mixing that in with the Jill Scotts and Erykah Badu and who else? Jasmine Sullivan. That's kind of where I'm going. And back from like taking it back from what they've given and mixing it with the new. So that's my MO.
Now, when you talk about the music, that's what we want to kind of straighten out as far as those were some great people to listen to. A lot there, in all of those things that they've done over there. And they have fluctuated also. So, taking Jill Scott and dealing with Gladys Knight, per se, is that closer to neo soul than that's R&B? Okay.
Is your question the influences I just named, are they closer to neo soul than R&B?
Like you were saying, incorporate
when I think we're losing your audio. It's coming in and out intermittently.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but let's try. Did you hear the question, Vaughn?
I couldn't hear it either.
Oh, okay. Now I was trying to get get her to explain what the new is. Came to used to listen to Gladys Knight, Chaka Khan, and as far up as what Jill Scott, right? So what exactly are you still referring to on the neo soul, neo R&B? Help me out with this. I just want to know.
Yeah, I think he's asking Zaria, is it more so on the neo soul side, or are you leading in any one direction more strongly than the other?
Oh, okay. No, I'm not. I feel like I'm kind of bridging the two, like perfectly half and half, with the influence of jazz. So I have songs that I'll use live instrumentation, or I'll have songs that use computerized instrumentation, and I'll scat over it. So I'm not really leaning towards any direction. I'm kind of blending what I can blend and mixing it into me, Zaria Hall. That's kind of
Yeah, that's a good thing, because that means you're doing something that evolves, and the music has to evolve. Vaughn talk about that all the time. We talk about really where it's headed right now, and right now I noticed that a lot of that artist that were real hot in the early 2000s, they kind of fizzled out, you know. So what's coming? I know a lot of them are incorporating a lot of rhythm music into their music, you know. So
Sounds and stuff like that. Lost lines, rhythms, and rhymes.
I don't know.
You're in tune to Soulscapes with Bob Coulter on Jazz Mix Radio. Dedicated to the
Radio program.
I don't know. I just got a phone call, but we'll get back to that later. Sorry about that, y'all.
Oh, no problem. And, you know, basically ask, because you all seem to have the directions, you seem to have, you know, your head on right. Of course, thanks to Princess. You know, we can't, you know, if it wasn't for her, you know, we don't know where we'll be right now with this music, right?
Right.
Princess is the one that's keeping you guys in line. I can see that right now. Also, really kind of take our hand out each and every one of them for the platform through Jazz Man. Anytime you guys feel like, you know, you want to be, you know, you need to basically kind of mentor, not mentor, but just basically kind of hone your craft. You know, try out new music on new audiences and so forth. I don't know, have you guys been working? I mean, well, pandemic shut everything down for the most part, but was your direction more recording edge or live performance? If you did, the only problem I see with the live performance is that there's not enough venues. But now, because of the pandemic, it opened up a whole different venue, which is, of course, the streaming. And so do you guys have anything planned for that as of yet?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. Right now, we are still being very careful. We did do or sponsor something over the holidays, but it, of course, was a virtual opportunity. It was a virtual performance for a number of the students and for past students. As a matter of fact, everybody on this call was kind enough to do a recording and send it to us so that we could incorporate it into our Christmas production. I've had I think that right now everybody is still kind of focusing on the virtual aspect. Just recently I had the opportunity to see Kamara's junior class showcase. I think they're utilizing YouTube. I think is that the only
Oh no,
way you guys?
yeah, there are many platforms, but YouTube seems to be the strongest platform that's out there at this point.
But right now, like I said, we're not really focusing on trying to do anything live until, you know, because we have to take our students and everybody's lives, be very careful about what we're exposing the kids to. We are still working with kids, and right now our end of the year performance will most likely be a virtual one, and then we'll see what 2022 brings.
Oh, well, 2022 is going to bring a lot, I believe. As a matter of fact, I've had conversations with some promoters, and they're actually looking at trying to get some things rolled out by August of this year. And it's kind of interesting. Everybody's about to pop, trying to figure out when they can get back out. You know, personally, I think all they have to do is behave and you know, use the protocols that are there. You know, it'll get us out there a lot faster. You know, because, you know, we're like last in line in this country for doing stuff like that. And again, that's a whole other political thing. We ain't gonna get there right now. We just gonna talk about the music and stuff. But Asante, you got any new music you working on now?
Oh, yes. I've been working on an EP that I've been trying to get out since February. And as of right now, I'm actually getting the music recorded. I was just writing it first, trying to get build up my portfolio. So now I've got some stuff coming and I'm very excited to be sharing it, hopefully by the summertime now.
Okay, what platform are you going to use? Are you going to do it on Spotify or what platform?
Yes, Spotify, Instagram, and I was told about SoundCloud, but I'm not completely sure how to use it yet. So as of right now, just Spotify and Instagram.
Okay. And Nari, with your class, are you thinking about doing any more like group performances and stuff online?
Yes. So our program does about 4 showcases per semester, which are all live, streamed through StreamYard. We have it broadcasted on YouTube. So, I mean, a big part of performing theater is the live experience, and my professors have worked pretty hard to not cut that element of it out. So next, we also have senior capstones, which are another way that the seniors are coming up with, they're writing their own musicals and they're figuring out ways to stream that live so that we can really have as wide an audience as possible in the safest way possible while still holding on to the live theater in the way that we all know it and enjoy it. But I really don't think that'll stop until we can get in person and have that the way we used to.
Right. Vaughn, you want to add anything to this?
All I want to say is I am completely hopeful of the future of the performing arts in the city of Atlanta. This is wonderful. It kind of takes me back some years. Are anybody in the group familiar with Freddie Hendrix?
Well, Nick and I are.
Are you? I go way back with Freddie and YEA. My gosh, it's remarkable to see that, there are other people interested in improving the lives of young people through the arts. And, it's basically, I'm extremely more about the culture of the performing arts right now in the city of Atlanta. And, it's been a part of my life for over 30 years. I've had opportunities to work with Jumanji, 7 Stages, other smaller theaters, the Performance Gallery, a theatrical outfit over my time working in the stages and stuff like that and doing film and television. So, this is just wonderful. I feel really encouraged about the future of what the impact of what you're doing with these young people. It's strong, it's beautiful, and Edwin and I talk about the culture of jazz a lot and how it runs parallel, with all that we're trying to do. And, I think right now we're at a turning point where we all have to find our passions, moving in the same direction, perpetuating a growth of what this culture is all about. I see so much going on in jazz. I just found out today that Spelman College has eliminated their women's jazz program. That's horrible news. That's horrible. Thinking that, they at least would try to salvage something out of it, something that is special, with that music. And ladies, I believe that you all have the potential to become great vocalists, but I would say this: you got to know where you've been in order to know where you're going. And there's nothing wrong with listening to Dinah Washington. There's nothing wrong with listening to the voices of Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan and Nancy Wilson and Dinah Washington and all of these great vocalists of the past. There's nothing wrong with the Jill Scotts, the Lettices, the Selena Albrights, and many, many more out there. The Candace, they're just remarkable musicians, and they're remarkable vocalists. And I would say, take a listen to some of these women out there now, because they're doing some challenging things, and they're not holding true to what the industry is telling them to do. They're experimenting and they're challenging themselves. Own your craft, own your art form, make it about who you are, and Edwin and I talk about make the music about, what you bring to it, but don't try to repeat what somebody else is doing, because the survival of this music is about evolution. It's not about repeating what's already been done. So, I can't say enough about it. And I just wish that you all the best to all of you, And I love the fact that Camera is doing her thing in the theater arts and performing arts, and being able to, expand her growth in that level. The same thing with Ashanti, the same thing with Zaria, with her, I know it's a challenge trying to figure out what direction to go in, but there's nothing wrong with trying to combine them all. There's nothing wrong with it. If it works for you, do it.
I'm gonna challenge him anyway. Thanks to Francis for exposing everybody to me. But I'm gonna challenge him anyway. I'm gonna do something that has not been done so far in the city, and I'll probably have to do it, when things get better, of course. But just put it on your mind if you're interested. I'm going to do a collaboration between classical music and jazz music. And the jazz music will, of course, classical, actually both of them, there will be periods of classical that I would, bring forward, to also bring periods of jazz from, its earlier form to present day. So I'm going to do that, and basically all I'll be doing is, and have you actually work with some people that are into classical music vocally, you see, because I do know some opera singers that work with the New York Philharmonic Orchestra. Got a good friend that worked with them. We was gonna do a jazz meets classical type of thing for 2020. But of course, you know what happened then. Everything pretty much got kicked to the side because of the pandemic. But it's coming. So if any of you are interested in it, just let me know, and we'll definitely work out the details and so forth. Because I think it's something that will help bring our live entertainment, the culture of the music in the city. I want to bump it up to another level. That's basically what I'm saying. And the only way you can do that is basically have something that most people haven't seen, but at the same time, giving them something that's familiar to them or about the music. So all of that, I'm saying, I'm looking at in the future of doing. There's a lot of musicians that I'm going to work with to make that happen. And we've already been talking about it, so it's going to happen. So now you got a place to really show off. Let me see what you can do with what you got. Zaria, I'm going to be looking at you because I'm going to find out exactly what you're working on, what you're working with.
Oh, look, I'm right in front of my piano. I can show you right now if you like.
No, I'll get a shot at it, but not. You don't have to do it now. But the thing is, it's something that I want you guys to think about, because for one thing, I want it to be kind of a learning experience. for you guys, because the people that, like I said, that have done the professionals on the classical side, that sing opera and so forth, and then there are the people that have done jazz professionally. You see what I'm saying? So I want it to be a mutual thing, you know, a learning situation. Basically, it become a lab is what it really will be, in all fairness, what I'm saying. But as soon as this, as soon as we get ourselves together with the this thing that's going on socially, I will definitely stay in contact with Princess to make sure we can get, you know, you guys on board with this. I know that for everybody that's still in school, I mean, which ones are still in school right now? Okay, so how you this? What year are you now?
I'm a junior right now.
Junior. Okay, so yeah, so you probably be available, but I have to do the time frame and everything, the period when we're going to be doing it, so make sure you know, not here at the wrong time. I don't want you here when you're studying for exams and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But we'll make that happen. And like I said, I'll stay in touch with Nick. I'm trying to get him back up on his feet with the bass. I gave him a few things to get through, you know, so a bunch of songs I told him I wanted to do. And so we're going to get together and do some things, have some fun. But now, is there any type of direction you want to go after this? You know, in other words, do you plan to stay around the city, or do you think maybe moving out? Because a lot of musicians, especially once they start doing a lot of recording, they tend to want to branch outside of Atlanta or get outside the city, which is a good thing. So, any of you guys got those kind of plans for the future? Nah, y'all gonna stay here. Good. Okay.
Yeah, of course I want to travel, but Atlanta's my home, so I want to stay here for now.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing, because you know it's always good. Now, there's an old saying, you know, nobody. I mean, your hometown, once you know, perform your craft and get it all together, you have to leave your hometown to go and make it happen. And for some reason, that has held true for a long time. But I think now with technology and so forth that we have going on today, a lot of people stay put right where they are, and don't have to go out and seek the attention or seek the deals that they used to do in the past. You know? So if we have, you guys got anything else you want to add to this? Because we're about to wrap it up here. Nope. Okay.
Yep, this is Princess. I just want to thank you for giving these young ladies the opportunity to kind of share. Thank you for the platform to share. Thank you for the opportunity to talk a little bit about Young Voices United. So just want to offer the gratitude on behalf of Nick and myself.
And thank you for getting Nick back on the bass.
And thank you for getting Nick back on the bass.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And
I want to thank all these young ladies for taking time out of their schedule to do this.
Yeah, me too. As a matter of fact, Precious, can you put out where people can find you guys at if they need to know more about you? Any kind of...
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I'll be sure to share that. We're Young Voices United. You can always visit our website at www.youngvoicesunited.net. We are right now nestled away in the suburbs of Atlanta in Powder Springs, Georgia. Anyone can reach us directly at 770-528-0988, where they will reach either Nick or myself. And right now we are working with our students on Saturday mornings between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 noon.
Great. Zari, how can people get in touch with you and check out your music and everything you have?
Yes. You can find me on social media at Zaria Hall, ZariaHall, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I have a song out now called For the Birds and For the Birds Live, but they're both For the Birds. It's out on all platforms, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, etc. So check me out.
Right. Okay, camera. Here we go.
You can find me on Instagram at cam.ara, so CAM.RA or ARA and then underscore. And that's it.
Okay, good enough. Good enough. Yep. Come on.
Well, you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at A Asante, A 4 Ys, ASANTAI. Yeah. So,
Okay. You had one more back there you were going to say. What was it?
well, I like YouTube, but I don't post anything, so it's.
Oh, okay. Okay, you good. Okay. All right. Vaughn, you let everybody know where you are on.
Right. As usual, as customary, you can find me at jazzbeatsradio.com. That is the webpage for the radio station. And also I'm on Instagram at Vaughn Coulter, VONCOULTER. And also I'm, I guess I'm gonna have to say I do have a YouTube page as well, which is called Soulscapes on Jazz Beats Radio. And you can find my page there as well. And for some reason, I wanted to see what it's like on TikTok. So I do have a TikTok page as well. So I'm going to be exploring what that's all about here in the next couple of weeks.
You sure?
As you should.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure.
Okay. You can always get me at yesjazzmatters.org. Yesjazzmatters.org. And you go to the website and you'll learn all about Jazz Matters. You can, like I said, we have a store there which you can buy shirts like this, like Jazz lets me be who I am. That's a direct quote from me. So when you get on there, you can find all kinds of t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, all kind of little stuff up in there. We even got Jazz Matters hot sauce for all you, hot sauce lovers, So we can get you all hooked up with that. But it was great, Francis, for lining us up and everything. Because anytime any of you really want a platform to talk about your music, your progress, and what you're doing, you got one here. Don't hesitate. Don't be ashamed. Trust me, this is an outlet that you will need. Simply because you want as much exposure as possible. So all of you have that invitation always, okay? So that's it for Jazz Matters on this one, and we'll see you again. And thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for chiming in.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.